What's up guys, it's me Ethan. I'm here in my youth group's hangout area. I don't know if I've said this on here before or not, but I'm a youth pastor at a little church in Colorado. And this is our space, which we love. I decided to shoot the video here today. As you can see, there's a lot of random stuff in here, especially Nick Cage. My youth group seems to be oddly obsessed with Nick Cage, and it's awesome and terrifying at the exact same time. So in my video yesterday, I told everybody that I really need ideas for what to put on this channel, and I got a lot of feedback. I got a lot of really awesome emails already, which I was really surprised that you guys emailed so quickly, which is awesome. Hi Ethan, I just recently found your YouTube channel. Your video is based around pornography addiction. Hear more surrounding living out your faith in areas that conflict with it. Devotional clips. This one said, hey Ethan, speaking as part of your primary demographic, endless source of intellectual stimulation, humor, satire, experience, photography, dating, blah blah blah. This person read my blog posts on systems and said they want to hear more about that, which is awesome because I'm so into systems right now. This one says, I came from your YouTube channel. I want to say you have a wonderful New Year's weekend. Do you have any resolutions for next year? This is exactly what I wanted to talk about in this video, which I'm super pumped about. I normally don't do New Year's resolutions, but this year, I don't know if it's a resolution or just something I'll be doing, or at least trying to do every week this year, and that's 3 things every single week. 1 blog, 1 podcast, and 1 video. Maybe more, but hopefully not less. 1 of each every single week. That's something I'm gonna try to put out, partly for me, just so I can stay creative and keep pumping things out, but also for you guys, so that you have things to think about or talk about. And with that, what I want most of all is interaction. I've loved receiving those emails. I want to hear more from you guys, what you want to talk about, what you think about things I'm saying. Do you disagree? Do you agree? I'd love to hear it. Either email me or comment, and I'll try to read everything that I can. I really don't want this just to be a one-way thing, just me talking and other people watching. That doesn't really interest me at all. What interests me is like a conversation, a 2-way thing. So I'd love to hear from you guys more. Keep watching, stay tuned. Check out the blog, the podcast, which will start up again hopefully this next week, and these videos. Subscribe, comment your thoughts, opinions, views, ideas, whatever else you have to say. I'd love to hear it. And while we're on the topic of New Year's resolutions, I just want to share a little word of wisdom my dad gave me a few years ago, and it stuck with me for a long time, so hopefully it'll be helpful to you guys. The idea behind it is that big resolutions where we try to change our lives don't end up doing a whole lot. So the phrase my dad gave me is, the ruts of routine become the grooves of grace. Because there are so many times that we may go to a big worship concert or a conference or some event and get really pumped up. Maybe it's a weekend retreat type thing, and you get pumped up, you're like, I'm gonna change everything about my life, but then this spiritual, emotional high kind of goes down and you go back to life as usual. So the ruts of routine become the grooves of grace. Basically, the idea is that these things that seem like ruts, they just seem like boring, mundane tasks, actually end up being the things when we get older and older, maybe even reach the end of our lives, that we look back on and are able to say, it was this small, steady, daily devotion to the Lord or to scripture or to prayer that really formed the rest of my life. It formed the direction that my life went. I had this one professor in college who said that when he first started reading the Bible, he would start with 3 verses a day. And to me, I'm like, 3 verses seems like nothing, you know? Like, I should be reading a couple chapters. But he just did 3 verses a day. And he said that way he could read them a few times and then think about them throughout the day and really process them. And that really was the entryway to him reading and memorizing and understanding scripture. It was a very small practice that he instituted, and it grew over time, but he started with just a real small routine. Because 3 verses a day, everyone can do that. We all have time for 3 verses a day. So my recommendation to you is to, if you're looking for a way to get closer to God, rather than say, I'm going to read the whole Bible this year, I'm going to pray 3 hours a day, or something crazy like that, instead just say, I'm going to do a small change. I'm going to implement this small change, which may even seem insignificant, but over time we're going to see the fruit of those daily habits kind of creating ruts. The ruts of routine become the grooves of grace. Those are the small little ways which God slips into our life more and more over time. The most important part of this, obviously, is the commitment aspect of it, because it's a small thing, but the way that you're going to see the progress is by sticking with it for a long period of time. You're not going to see progress from 3 verses a day in a week, or a month, or maybe even a year. It might take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but over time you're going to see these small habits and practices that you institute start to shape and form the way that you think, the way you relate to the Lord, and the way you relate to others. The ruts of routine become the grooves of grace. So I hope that's helpful as you go into the new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yes, this may have been the same shirt I was wearing yesterday, but please don't judge me for it. Happy New Year's, guys.